just trying to finish this wood.
There you go. Take your time. You want to be smoke? You can put it out whenever. You can light it up. You can roll it up. Yeah, that's right. Welcome to the new season. Roll it up. Happy to be here. OMG. Party foul already. That's fine. We happy to be here, though. It's a good vibe. We definitely got special guests in the building. My boy Swerve is here.
What's the word?
That's right. We're gonna talk about a good couple of things. We're gonna get into a lot of subjects. We're gonna get into a lot of things. Let me get a towel, Anthony. Let me get a towel. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. We're gonna get into a couple of things though. I'm happy to be here, man. It's a new season, it's a new era, it's a new vibe. Obviously, here this is Roll It Up. We'll talk about some controversial things, we talk about some funny things, we talk about some good things. The number one thing is we roll up some of the best that we're smoking. This is obviously no dispensary locally, but this is provided by a locally provider, if you will. You know how we do over here. We smoking that good, only the best. We rolling up the best. Now, I mean, just a quick sidebar, Swerve. Like I said, you my guest. I think I'm the best roller in Lake County.
What?
I ain't gonna stunt. Nah, I know you. I think you about top 5 at least. Because I know you was rolling up before I was rolling up. I ain't gonna say.
Man,
you definitely
top 1, I'm top 2. What you talking about?
okay, I'll give you that because I know when we first started smoking together, you and I, you was rolling before I was rolling. You was rolling leaves, big leaves before that. I know that. I know that's a fact because I wasn't rolling leaves. I was rolling just regular Vegas, regular shit before I could ever smoke that shit. That being said, after I learned how to roll, boy, that's all I was doing was rolling. That was my main thing. That was my main attraction. Definitely rolling up, big rollers. So with that being said, though, the subjects we talk about here, 3 subjects, a little bit, 2 funny, 1 controversial. I let the guest usually picks the order we go in. So that being said, one of the biggest things we're gonna talk about today is men's mental health. That's just I think that needs to be shed light on more. I mean, my co-host over there, Tony the Kid in the back, he's a big mental health awareness guy. That being said, I know Swerve is a big mental health guy. His health is number 1 issue with him. That being said, we also get into gambling. I think is a bigger, funnier. If you not want to be funny, hey, it can be real. It can be a serious ass thing. And then the last thing I think we're going to get into is obviously, I mean, that was a toss up. We were talking about, if it's not gambling, it's going to be biggest accomplishment, biggest things that you succeeded, biggest thing that you self-made, self-promoted, self-done. You know what I'm saying? I think accomplishments can go hand in hand with the mental awareness. You know what I'm saying? That shit can bounce off of each other. And biggest accomplishments is just something that it's an achievement that you have in your world. So that being said, let me know which one you want to get into first. I got plenty of them too.
Let's get into mental health, bro.
Okay.
Because I feel like men, as men, the world expect us to, we got to take on everybody else's problems. And then while doing that, we still got our own stuff going on that we don't even, really get to express or talk about. Sometimes we just got to, take our lick and keep pushing. But it's good that, we, that men are starting to find a outlet or a way to get whatever they going through off their chest, no matter if it's making music, dogs, working on cars,
right,
or just business in general, whatever.
It seems to be a vibe on this show where we get over the serious thing first, and I'm liking the way that the season's been going. So with that being said, mental health is definitely shedding awareness. I think my goal for this is to shed awareness to people that are really obviously men in particular that are definitely going through something behind closed doors that need to be acknowledged about and need to be shed light on, and obviously they need to be discussed. Which, like you're saying, even if it is a starting your own business situation, what are the biggest things you think that you've dealt with mentally that's put roadblocks on you? You know what I'm saying? That's something that's hit you mentally that it stopped you in the roads of your goal. You know what I mean?
With me, I would say it would have to be, the first thing would probably be my health. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I was born with sickle cell anemia. That's
shed a little bit of light on that though, because that's something that's been going on your whole life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As long as I know you too, and not a lot of people know that about you as well. If you don't mind.
Well, it's a genetic blood disorder, which means it's passed down through my parents' generation from generation. Me, I got the sickle cell disease. It's the full blown disease. It's a genetic disease. I got the reason I have it. Everybody case is different, but both of my parents,
Yep.
they they both, you know what I'm saying, carried the gene for it. So if two parents carries the gene, the probability of their offspring is way higher than one parent carrying the gene.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong, like one parent carrying the gene and y'all have a kid, you could still have a baby that'll have the full blown sickle cell, but like it's not as probable as it would with two parents.
The chances are a lot higher. Is
Yeah.
what you're kind of getting at. And
Yeah.
with that being said, your chances knowing it and going through it, you're very high risk, is what it is.
Yeah.
And you've been in and out, you know what I'm saying, hospitalized. And you know, we've also been there. Obviously, I've been 8. Make sure my boy Swerve get out. You know, we waiting for him to get back out. You know, we praying for you. I never maybe personally visited, but mentally I'm there. You know, I'm there with you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, mentally health, that could alone put something on you mentally. And I think I've seen you actually, personally, I've seen you at your highest where you like out and about, ready to do something, go out and kill it. You know what I'm saying? Hype is the guy can steal the room if he really wanted to. Swerve can steal the room with the tension, with the glamour. You know what I'm saying? If he really wanted to, he could. But there's also been times too where it's like you at the function and it's like I ain't really feeling it. And that's, you know, that's something that some people have to fall back and understand you as a person. You know what I'm saying? They got to understand where you're from. And, you know, I'm definitely one of them seers, you know, we've been through it. So all I'm saying is that if that affects you on a long term, if you have any advice out there, you know what I'm saying, let them know. You know, what would be your biggest kind of, what's your biggest kind of healer that you could think of that gets you back right and that helps you out, you know, in the long run, obviously. Get you out of bed type of thing, you know you got to get up and grind.
Man, when I'm going through it and I'm trying to get back right, well, first thing I need some alone time. I don't like to be. A lot of
people don't.
I don't like to be going through stuff and then like I got a lot of people and different energy around me because like I might be going through something, they might not understand what I'm going through and they might rub me the wrong way. So I don't want, like, you feel me, whatever I'm going through to affect the people around me. So I just rather just, you know what I'm saying, stay to myself until I'm mentally back in the right, you know what I'm saying, safe space so that I could be physically back outside. You know what I'm saying?
I really personally think mentally health wise, as a solo dolo person, like I do talk to myself religiously. Like I like therapeutically, I will speak to myself. I think I am one of my biggest healers sometimes. I don't want to sound cocky or confident too much, but like I do believe in, like, if you're self-talking to yourself and you believe in yourself, like, especially you want to go back on gaming. Like if I go and game, like obviously I'm talking to myself with the headset or not, but something like that is if I'm working through something like where I know I'm physically mad, I'll genuinely take a step back. I'm one of the people that takes a step back, breathes, have a self-conversation. Like even if the mirror's not there, I'm like, look, you tweaking right now. Like you definitely just spaz on this person. Like
you gotta have those talks with yourself.
I think that's a necessity thing to do.
I think everybody should do that. Like you gotta, like, yeah, you go out in the world, you have these experiences, but then you gotta take that time for yourself and reevaluate. Like, man, did I use the right tone when I was talking to this person? Did I say the wrong thing? Or it don't even gotta be like dealing with other people. It could just be dealing with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
When is the last time you were when was the last time you were working full time?
Last time I had a full-time job.
Yeah,
man. I would say I was maybe a teenager.
And I only ask because mentally, don't you think when you work certain hours throughout the week, like if you work 40 hours, over 40 hours, 50 hours, you know what I'm saying? Don't you think that mentally too, that takes a toll on you? You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't had a full-time job like that in a while, but either, but mentally that takes a toll. You're there, like they rely on you physically. Like they're like, hey, somebody's gone. Where you at?
And then what be crazy about it, like say something happened to you. They don't even like care. Like they'll just something happened to you. All right, we'll get up with you.
Yeah. So what time you coming in?
Right.
What time you gonna be there? And that's kind of like that puts a toll on you. Like if you're trying to get a management spot, or if you're trying to come up in the world and you're trying to do something on your goal list, like if you want to pursue this goal, and they're like, oh well, you missed out that date, you're done. Mm-hmm. Mentally, it's like one of my biggest mentals, I think, going into last year going into the year before that, getting fired from one of my jobs I had. I was working full time and I got fired. as a assistant management. And I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think it messed me up as much as it did till a couple weeks later. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At the time, I was like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, take the keys. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I don't need this shit. You know what I'm saying? I got home a couple days later. I was like, damn, my ass need a job. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. And that alone, if you are a man, you want to be providing. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? That job, let's get to the mental part of it. That job also provided the engagement ring I have right now with my fiance. Mm-hmm. Okay. That put that ring there. And my manager knew that. Not that it put pressure on him, but I was like, yo, thank you for helping me out, giving me the hours, doing what I can do. And he was like, yeah, anything to do. A couple weeks later, you fired me. I was like, all right, well, that's kind of wild, So what do you think one of the biggest things going through last year, at least? What? Mentally that brought you down at least last year?
Last year, when I got in a car accident, I had just got my new dog, whatever.
Okay.
And I was starting to go to the different dog shows.
Okay.
So the show was far from my crib. You know what I'm saying? I don't even stay in the state no more.
Okay.
But I decided to take a lift to the show with my dog, so I didn't want to drive or whatever.
The lift was friendly to the dog?
Yeah, the lift. Let me get in the car with the dog, whatever.
Okay, respectfully. Right.
We get like 30 minutes away from the accident. Damn. And we end up getting rear-ended. Yeah, so I had to deal with that situation, then go to the dog show, compete, deal with, you know what I'm saying, mean all these other people. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I'm in pain and everything, trying to
still mingling though, still keeping it together though. But that was, you think, biggest controversy you think you had right there, man? Okay,
yeah, because I was like, the car accident happened on. Huh?
I said, dog was okay.
Yeah, the dog, she fine, she fine.
Right, okay.
The car accident came and went, happened or whatever. It was just, you know what I'm saying, the effects after,
I've been into a car accident. Yeah. I've same scenario. I got rear-ended. Yeah. I personally never hit nobody because Zack Da Mack, I'm a good driver here, you know what I'm saying? I roll it up, I'm a good driver. I am, but I was at a red light and some lady hit me going like 30. Boom, smacked me. I was like, wow, totaled the car.
Damn.
That was, I only had that car for like 2 months, maybe 3 months max.
Yeah.
I was very salty. I was very salty, yes. Even then though, that was my only car accident I've been in. That kind of triggered me a little bit, like, and thinking like you're a safe driver, that's what they always tell you. Even if you're a safe driver, the people around you aren't safe drivers. So that's the biggest thing they teach on the road. That being said, anything else on mental health we can talk about while we're here? I mean, we can get deeper to it, addictions, or if you're a drinker, or if you smoker, or if you entrepreneur. I mean,
mental health. Man, we could talk about a lot when it comes to mental health. What I would say about mental health, mm-hmm. I think the world, you know what I'm saying, like, I think us as a people, as a collective, or whatever you want to call it, we gotta watch how we treat and deal with other people, because, like,
I guess I see what you're saying. One of my to get to the point of the question is kind of like, what do you think is a good platform to promote a good mental health awareness, though?
Good platform.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Whether it's TV, whether if it's maybe an app, or maybe if it's physically, you know what I'm saying. Do you think we should have more events? Do you think that people should be booking? You know how we book concerts? Do you think you should be booking more like openings for like a mental health awareness? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
we should be having some type of expo that talks about mental health.
Like a traveler, you know what I'm saying? Like some people will call it a shaman. You know what a shaman is?
No, what's that?
A shaman is like it's like if you're doing a psychedelic, a shaman is like someone like your guide, right? This is just an example, okay?
Sounds like a nomad.
It almost like a nomad, right? But a shaman comes through and let's say you're gonna do some shrooms, right? And mm-hmm. he gives you the shrooms, they're pure shrooms, and he's gonna guide you through your trip. He's gonna stay sober, mm-hmm. but he's gonna guide you through your psychedelic trip. Now we need something like that with the mental illness, whether it's like a therapist, you know what I mean? Like a therapist is gonna come through and be like, look, this is what we're gonna talk about during the show, and this is what we're gonna, these are the points that we're gonna get through. Is like kind of, I think that would be nice if someone like that toured around. You know what I mean? That would be very interesting, I think.
Yeah, we definitely need something like that.
But biggest accomplishments, I think, would be the next subject we're going to get into because we want to uplift the show now. Mental health is obviously something we're going to talk about, but it goes hand in hand. I think when as a man accomplishes something for your family as a provider, I think it's definitely fulfilling. What are some of the biggest accomplishments? First of all, I have on the list is one of the things I got is biggest check. We can start there. What's the biggest check you think you ever got in your life? That you successfully got yourself, and that you provided not only for yourself, but you fed people around you. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ate while you was eating, and you still had something to eat later. What would be the biggest check you think you got in your life? Biggest accomplishment.
Biggest accomplishment. I say when I dropped Spinning.
Okay,
that's the first song.
Yeah,
that actually went viral and people seen it all over the world.
I seen it. I seen it. That was good.
that's my. You know what I'm saying, my biggest accomplishment. That song, it got everybody to know my name, my movement, what I got going on, and everything. And that's just with that song. I wasn't even. You know what I'm saying. I was just having fun on the song, bro.
Yeah. It was more of a like a chill kind of vibe. Like, I'm coming in. I ain't trying to go as hard as I can, but
yeah, I was just really trying to prove that, you know what I'm saying, I got bars.
Right. Okay. And it just so happened that motherfucker rocketed though. Skyrocketed. That's good though. Okay. That's all right. And that was how long ago was that?
About say 2 years ago.
Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. If you felt like you got if you don't mind me asking, you got a little check from that too?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. I feel like the biggest accomplishment is definitely being able to provide something on the table for a lot of people too. You know what I mean? With that being said, what about overcoming a sickness too? Because I know you be going through the little sickle cellness. What is
yeah, so like, I've been going through sickle cell my whole life, bro.
Yeah.
Since birth. I want to say like it's been like 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I started to do a study at the university for my health. Because, I'm all about, like, there's not a lot of research about sickle cell and everything.
Right.
So
I feel like you really try to shed light on that shit. And it's important, too, that you really do. It's relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I was doing this study, and they were basically trying to see, like, how, like, the kidney function affects your blood or whatever. And so when I did this study, they had me doing like a whole bunch of blood exchanges or whatever.
That can be annoying as hell alone. That's a lot of, if you don't like needles.
Yeah.
If you don't like needles, if you're one of the people that are scared of needles, that's obviously.
I started doing it. And it was, like I said, it was just a study before. It wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I needed to get it. The doctor was just trying to experiment and see something.
It was voluntarily.
So I did the study for about, it was like, I want to say 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
In those 90 days, my doctor noticed that like my charts and stuff was starting to get better.
Mm-hmm.
So then he just decided like, why don't we just do this all the time for him and see how it goes? So then I started doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Like once a month actually. And ever since then, like my health has like been way better than it's ever been. Like usually I'm in and out the hospital throughout the year. At least
fucking accomplishment, bro. Like
in the emergency room, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once a month. Last time, I'm not even in the emergency room once a month anymore.
Okay.
Usually I get admitted in the hospital at least, you know what I'm saying, at least 5 times a year. That's right. That's down to a minimum now. I barely get admitted anymore. Like I'm really.
So you make my story sound bad because I overcame the flu recently. You make my story 2 years ago. Hey, you make my story sound so bad because like the flu was bad. I was down bad, bro. I was out, man. I felt like I couldn't do shit. I was calling off work. Motherfucker was crying. I needed chicken noodle soup. Like the flu was bad as I didn't get COVID though. Actually, my fiance. She had the case of COVID. She left work. She went to work and jokingly took the test. She was like, "Nah, I don't got COVID, but I'll take the test because everybody's testing." She definitely positive. They sent her home. I was like, "What? How does that happen?" And so me and my mother-in-law, I lived with her. We tested. We came out negative. It was just her. I was like, damn, you was just
Cooties.
she had to deal with that, and it was just tough, man.
Oh
That's
God.
she was
She good
definitely
now,
dealing
though?
with it. Yeah, of course, she definitely bounced back for sure. COVID has taken some lives out there though, and that shit is real as hell. That it does affect the family.
Man,
You
throughout
know,
that whole COVID thing, bro, I didn't even get sick not once.
I really didn't either. Like, luckily, I really didn't. And I didn't
Me
get
neither.
vaccinated either. Non-vaxxer.
I was taking vitamins and shit. That's what I was doing.
You was like, okay,
I was taking
the
vitamins.
gummies. You was taking the gummy vitamins, or you just
Nah, I
taking?
was I'm gonna put y'all on game. There's
Okay.
a vitamin called elderberry,
Oh,
black elderberry. Now that like helps with like anything. Like you can have a
Uh-huh.
cold,
Yeah.
bronchitis, pneumonia, or anything. But basically, elderberry it's a berry that strengthens your lungs and your bronchial
The
tube.
whole system.
So if you eat that while you can eat it before you get sick, or you can eat it while you sick. Me, I was eating it before, you know what I'm saying, as like a precautionary. There was
Yeah.
a whole conjunction I used to make to build up my immune system.
That immune system is key.
That was one of the things I put in there.
Yeah, that shit is.
Black elderberry, bro.
That's good. I need to be taking my vitamins. I was just discussing this with somebody. The vitamins need to be more important though. Accomplishment wise though, anyways. What do you what you think your biggest what was your biggest purchase that you've gotten though?
Biggest purchase?
Yeah, going down the accomplishment wise, you spent the check on it. We want to know on paper.
biggest accomplishment?
Yeah. Purchase though. Biggest accomplishment why purchase, you know what I'm saying?
Biggest purchase
in life so far.
Shit. I ain't gonna say biggest. My most recent purchase,
okay,
was my American Bully Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
okay,
that girl, man, y'all
Beautiful
just
dog.
don't know. It's a champion.
Beautiful dog, you paid for this dog.
I paid a bag for her.
That's okay. All right, that's right.
A real bag.
Okay, yeah, we talk a couple digits there. Yeah,
I ain't talking about 2,000-3,000. I ain't talking. Nah,
yes,
one of those. You know
that. Okay, accomplishment wise, I never biggest purchase. I think I bought I think about a. It was a hoopty. It was a hoopty, but it was it was a Plymouth. Y'all know what a Plymouth the Calum is? It's a car.
you want to talk about cars?
No, I'm just saying that was the biggest purchase I think I've made in my life overall. It was expensive though.
We could talk about
it was
biggest purchase.
Yeah, that's just
talking about that scat I had.
Yeah,
I crashed that motherfucker though.
That happens. Yeah, that definitely happens though. But
somebody hit me. I ain't hit them. Get it right.
I'm telling you, people don't know how to drive out here. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't think I've honestly any pets that I've gotten. Surprisingly, I never paid for them. I was breeding cats. Believe it or not, I was breeding cats. I had a couple of cats like in my life that I was breeding. Definitely. Tuxedo cats is a type of breed of cats that I was breeding. You know, they're all black. Those cats are kind of crazy. You know, the outdoor cats. I believe in the outdoor cats too. But as far as dogs, I was never breeding dogs. So I never purchased any of them too. I did own dogs though. Like I said, I did have a red-nosed pit bull. Bam Bam was his name, and we wanted to have kids with him. I would have loved to have kids. That would have been great. He was a punk though. He wasn't a real pit. I feel like he wasn't. I don't know. His bark was too soft. I do. It was more of a little Chico dog, but I do fuck with cats though. I do. I would get if I were to get another dog. I think it would probably be either a German Shepherd or it'd be a German Shepherd or a Bulldog. I think possibly
Bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them plays on a Bulldog.
Yeah, I do like Bulldogs.
I got some.
Yeah. German Shepherd though, I've been eyeballing. I'm on a big ass
bully world. No, I got some big plans in the way, man. Some real deal bulls. You gonna want to be a part of this. Shout out to AMKC CJ. That's my boy.
You do like breeding the dogs though. That's important though to you. You feel like, right?
Yeah, man. With the dog stuff, like I've been dealing with my health all my life, and I like the stuff with the dogs, and it I never like thought about like, you know what I'm saying, oh, I'm gonna do dogs when I get older.
Yeah.
it just happened. Like it just
It's
fell in my
something that
lap.
was. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, when I was breeding cats, like when I was selling them, I sold the cat. Well, you know what I'm saying? It was really it was fulfilling for me. So I can only imagine for a dog to a beautiful dog breed. You know what I'm saying? That is it's a fulfilling ass. You know what I'm saying? Something to do. Like it does change somebody. I still talk to these people too. They still have the pet. They still love them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's awesome ass. You know what I'm saying? When you know that you give that pet away to somebody awesome. Yeah. I feel like that's the best fucking part to me.
Yeah, I be competing and everything, bro.
The competing though, that's where it gets crazy because you really out here trying to like they going through relays. What are we talking like backyard? We're talking up like the walls and shit. Or we
right now? I just been, you know, I'm new to the bully game, so right now I just been going to different fun shows and competing in the fun shows just to get a feel for the show ring. And last couple of fun shows I went to, I done got a lot of exposure. And I done, you know what I'm saying, I done won something with my dog. My dog was Diamond was only what, like 6 months old, and she won cleanest bite. And cleanest bite, that's like you can go talk to any breeder out there, like, and they'll tell you that's like takes a lot of years of experience to achieve. Because like a clean bite, that's when the dog don't got no underbite and it don't got no overbite, like the teeth perfectly, you know what I'm saying, aligned and everything. And she won that at 6 months old. The dog she competed with, there was a dog that was 4 years old. Yeah. There was a dog that was 2 years old. There was a dog that was 3. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even like going to put her in that competition. Like I had competed in everything that I wanted to compete in. Yeah. And I had lost in everything. Then my cousin was like, he looked at me like cracking a joke. And he was like, man, why don't you compete in this one? And I looked at him like, all right, bet. So as soon as I walked up, the judge of that competition just started eyeballing my dog. Then I sat right there in the ring, posted her up, sacked her. He just walked up, gave me the thing, gave me the trophy for it. Yeah. She was only 6 months old.
That's confidence right there. That's obviously biggest accomplishment. That's type shit. That's awesome right there. That's amazing in itself right there. That's you kind of you want to get a dog.
Yeah, man. that's and the thing right what see, I got pit bulls. I got love for pit bulls, but this breed, like, technically in a way, she is a pit bull because that's where the breed came from. But she's an American bully. It's a way, I would say it's a way different, you know what I'm saying, vibe than having a pit bull. Like she really like I got a pit bull at the crib, Belly. That's the one. You know what I'm saying, I fell in love with dogs with. Yeah. But Diamond, that's a whole nother vibe. Like, she'll watch a movie with you. Like, she really like connect. Like, I don't know. Like, I say the way dogs connect with you, or pit bulls, the bully breed connect with you. It's like Bluetooth. Like, I don't know what it is. Like whatever you own, the dog is on. So if you just sitting there chilling, watching TV, she gonna come sit next to you, chill, watch TV. Whatever you own, she gonna be on. That's not bad. Real loving dog. Okay. Love kids, you know what I'm saying? All of that.
You definitely want a dog to love the kids too, though. That's the biggest thing too. The dog has to love the kids. And most dogs watch out for kids. Honestly, if you notice it, most dogs will watch out after the youngest in the house like it's their own. That's the best part.
That's where that breed came from back in like the early 1900s when they was breeding them. They was breeding them to be like a nanny breed.
Straight to watch over the youngins, right? Yep. I get raised by some wolves. Fuck you mean not. But last subject we're gonna get into though would be gambling. We'll get into it. Gambling. Why not? It is a subject. It is here. I think it's honestly a little controversial too, because some motherfuckers be having gambling problems though. So you know what I'm saying. You only really you don't really dibble dabble in the gambling part is what you're saying. Because I really don't either myself, but I think it'd be interesting.
Man, when I'm not really a gambler, but whenever I do gamble, it's like every blue moon.
When's the last time you went to the casino?
Last time I went to the casino?
Yeah. And Swerve, on sidebar, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking you, on spot? I forget. 30. You are 30, okay. Because I'm turning 30 next month. I forget. Yeah, you are. Okay. That's how much I forget you was older. That's all. But yeah, anyways, last time you was in the casino?
But last time I went to the casino, I went to Potawatomi.
Okay. Yeah.
I ain't even going there. Like I went because somebody else wanted to go, and
Uh-huh.
I tagged along. You know what I'm saying?
That's this guy back there. You know what I'm saying?
So
I don't be doing
when I
that.
tagged along, I put the money in the machine or whatever. And my first pool, hugs. I was playing slots.
Okay, right.
First pool,
right.
I hit $500.
You a lie?
Oh my granny, boy. What is you talking
You're
about?
a lie.
Hey, R.I.P. Dustin, man. That's who I went. I went with
$500. You
Dustin.
just straight ding. Looked around the whole thing like.
I said, what? Oh yeah, I need that. You done, bro?
Straight
like that.
Yeah, I would have left too.
Oh
What?
God.
Damn.
Shit, we ain't even leave. Shit, I played a couple more. Then you feel me, lost a little bit. Then shit, I see my homie at the crab table, so I went over there to the crab table.
I played craps too.
Watch him play crab.
Craps is decent in the casino. I ain't gonna stunt.
I ain't never played craps at the casino, but you feel me?
Oh, it was nice. It was nice. It was nice. It was decent because I didn't play slots. I went the other way. I went straight to the slots. I went straight to the craps table. I even shook. I threw. I didn't hit nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I did hit off somebody else. I made a clean $100. I'm like, damn. Made another $20. Made $100. Yeah, I'm like, damn.
But it's a certain way you hit that button. God,
slots would be interesting. What about the 21? Did you play the 21 tables at all?
I always want. That's the you talking about 21 blackjack?
Yeah, blackjack.
Is that the one with the little spinning?
No, that's Russian roulette. All right, no, 21 is it's you get 2 cards, one face up, one down. The quickest one to 21 blackjack wins. It's about 5 or 6 people.
I know what you talk about.
Yeah,
I ain't never played that in a casino.
I mean, they got tables there, yeah. You know, you gamble the same thing with the chips and everything. I sat there too. I came up about, I only came up like $100. Definitely lost the $100 I won. But I mean, I've always off gambling. Like I've played that shit like off table, like outside the casino. I've played that shit with some people that like to, you know what I'm saying, gamble wise. What they don't have in the casino and what they need to have is spades.
Hell yeah, I'll bust your ass in spades. They don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
If we're gonna get into gambling,
you don't want to do it.
Yeah, spades. I've gambled on spades.
Yeah, go get your mans. You don't want to do it.
We play. First of all,
an old man.
We play spades.
We play spades.
We need that's I think
you get a tournament. I'm coming up with my man's pops.
Why do you think they don't have? Why do you think they don't have spades in casino? Why you don't think they got it yet, man? They scared?
With casino, I think they need to some type of gambling association to approve it.
It ain't to get that together.
I think they're scared, bro. I think they're scared, sir.
They scared.
They scared for somebody like us to come to the table. Like, yeah, we running.
Give me that.
Everything going on the table, we win it because that would be very interesting. I've lost a significant amount of money gambling. We ain't gonna put records. Yeah, we ain't lost. What? I've lost 8.
Yeah, I ain't never really lost.
What? Damn,
like that.
I'm risky. I'm a risky gambler. That's the thing. I'm a risky gambler. Only if I have it.
And when you go gamble, you gotta know like you might lose, so you gotta be prepared for.
That's what I'm saying. And like I'm one of them. I'm risky. I've lost a good couple.
You gotta gamble what you feel me, prepared to lose. That's how
Yeah, and winning too. I've definitely came up on some winnings, but I've never. I be betting on sports too, like NBA sports.
Hell yeah,
yeah.
You fuck with Prize Picks?
See, I want to get into them. I haven't. I need to. I want to. You suggest it, please. You know what I'm saying?
That's my shit.
Yeah, you got the platform. You know what I'm saying?
Prize Picks are. I really fuck with FanDuel Sportsbook.
Mm-hmm.
That's really my shit.
I want to get into that too as well. I've never.
I bet on the spread.
Yeah, I never fantasy like drafted
spread. That's what I'm betting on.
As you should. I definitely have. I've came up though with playoffs. I usually gamble through the playoffs for the NBA. I usually win. I have had one. I usually gamble. I've done I've done the little books for the NBA, the NFL. You know how they do the little what are they called? Squares. The little squares. NFL.
Man, you gotta. I think you'll do good on Prize Picks things. Like with Prize Picks, you could actually like you ain't gotta bet on the whole team. It's like you could just bet on the player. Like you could say LeBron James, he got to score 20 points for that night. You could bet if you're gonna score more than 20 points or less. You feel me?
Anything over, it's a plus. Right.
Game.
That's easy money. That would be
easy money, bro. Easy money.
Definitely would gamble. I mean, into that, I definitely have. And as far as shooting craps, Definitely
Shooting
shooting
craps,
craps.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, it's definitely, a lot of people. That's a controversial game in the casino too, though. They definitely be on that shit. They definitely watch the craps table heavy as hell too, because it's easy money a lot of the times too. I ain't gonna lie, it's fun. I love it. That's one thing. If I'm going back to the casino, I'm going right to the craps table.
Yeah, I ain't been to the casino in a minute.
We should go. We can go. That's fine. We can do it here. That's fine.
Yeah, I sure got to play slots game. Game. Trying to tell you.
You can definitely show me how to
It's
play
easy.
slots. All right. Well, I think we're at the end of the spot. Anything else that you want to shout out? You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to put people on? You know what I'm saying? Let them know about you.
Oh, man. So
we get into the outro for the,
I talked about having dogs, mental health. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Y'all could check it out. Like, I'm finna drop a whole bunch of music. I know everybody been anticipating that, but I just been, going through life. Everybody go through life. You know what I'm saying?
everyday
So,
struggles.
You can look out for that. I'm about to drop a litter this year. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can look out for my litter if y'all into dogs, American bullies. And I got a couple products about to drop for you, feel me?
Any
For people and
yeah.
dogs. So check us out on that.
Upcoming music you got coming? And any music we got dropping?
Oh yeah, I got a lot of music about to drop. Right now I'm just working on the business side of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I got a lot of music about to drop.
All right, my boy. Well, thank you for having me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for having me on your show. You know what I'm saying? But anything, yeah. With that being said, though, yes. Obviously, this was a good show. Respect, love. Find Swerve here out here. Thing, roll it up. We love you. Respect, peace, deuces. You know where to find us. Yeah. Hey, that was solid. That was nice.